All right, Rock Addicts, this is DJ Rem from Rock Addict Radio, and I have the guys from Defaced on the line. How you guys doing?
Hey, great, thanks.
So, what's going on in Switzerland? You guys got a lot of snow?
Oh yeah, a lot of snow. It's cold and windy and snowy, and we're freezing our asses off out there.
Cold as hell.
Have you guys lived there all your life?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We grew up here.
Okay, so you should be used to it then, right?
Yeah.
So, why don't you guys introduce yourselves, and we'll start there, and your spots.
Okay, my name is Simon.
My name is Romano.
I play bass at Defaced.
And I play guitar, and there are also three guys that didn't came here. And there is Manuel, he is the singer in our band, and Marco, he plays also guitar, and Marcus, he is on drums.
Okay, very cool. And how long have you guys all been together as a band?
We played together since summer 2006, but still in the same composition as in 2006, except on guitar. There we had Marcel instead of Marco, but unfortunately he left in 2008, and we had a 1 year break, about 1 year I guess.
Yeah, about 1 year.
And then Timon, how should I spell it? Timon,
yeah.
Timon from a band called Phobia joined in 2009, and unfortunately he left too at the end of 2011. So in order to get more time for Phobia, and then at the beginning of 2012 Marco joined, and yeah, now we're back with full force.
Yeah, that's the current lineup.
Okay, very cool. And what was the creative spark that got this band started in the beginning? I mean, how did that happen?
Well, creative spark. It was more, how can I say that, a drunken spark.
Nice.
Well, yeah, we guys know each other almost since forever, and we enjoyed a lot of fun things together. We drank much, and about time I started with Marcus on drums, playing together, and we're just having a good time. We met Manuel and Simon, and they at first they joined as listeners, but as time goes by they wanted a little bit more, so they started to play also instruments. And yeah, as we said before, Simon joined as our bass player and Manuel as our singer, and yeah, that's how it started.
That's very cool, guys. So, how often do you guys get together as a band and practice? How often are you able to do that?
Well, usually we practice 2 times a week, on Wednesday and Saturday. And besides, me and Romano work a lot in our own studio to finish up new songs and try to get better quality out of our music. Marcus does mainly the booking stuff, and so therefore also for parties we have we met us 2 times more a week, I guess. But mainly 2 times a week.
All right.
Drink together and party together.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with partying together, I tell you. Okay, so I have the album on the front line, and I want to thank the Pain Factory for sending that to me to preview. I've been playing it on my show regularly, but what I'd like to know is, how long did it take you guys to write the music, and from beginning to writing to the end of getting it recorded? How long did the whole process take you guys?
For this record, what do you mean?
Yeah, so how long did the whole process take to make the record?
Too long, I think.
Yeah. The first song, the really first songs for On the Front Line, I guess we have them since 2.5 years. something like this. And then at the end of 2012, when Marco joined the band, we started actually recording. So he learned the songs and was actually playing on the album. And this process take about 4 months, 2 or 4 months, something like this. But we also recorded another album during recording on the front line. So we finished up 6-7 months later. So all in all, I guess 3 years.
Yeah, all over.
Okay, so what's the other album you guys recorded then?
You know the band Omnicide? Omnicide, the album is called Rise into Ruin.
Okay.
And this was the other album we recorded at the same time.
Wow.
We recorded our own album. So pretty hard to get that under one, yeah.
That's crazy. So did you guys record this yourself then, or did you use a studio?
We recorded on the front line. We recorded all by ourselves in our own practice room / studio.
Okay, well that's very cool. I tell you, it sounds really good, very professional. So great job, guys.
Thanks.
Nice to hear you like it.
Yeah, I played the entire thing from beginning to end last Saturday night on my show.
Yeah, I heard that. Gortauer from Pain Factory sent me the link.
Yep.
And I heard the whole show, the whole Pain Factory special. It was a really cool show.
Okay, well thank you. I didn't know maybe I did know you were in there, but it's glad to hear that you heard the whole show. That's awesome.
But we really heard the whole show, and it was cool.
Very good. Very good.
Also the other bands you played.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I am so lucky. I get sent so many killer bands, and you know, Pain Factory, for example, sends me just nothing but killer bands. So it's very cool.
It's great, great.
Okay, so the last thing I want to ask you about On the Front Line though is the artwork. I'm looking at the artwork right now, and it's really cool. Who designed that for you guys?
That was a guy from Hungary. Is that the right name in English? Hungary?
So Hungary?
Hungary,
yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's so good.
That was what was the name? Robert Borbas. He also has done covers for bands like Aborted. He has done a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
That was the artwork, the front cover and the back cover. The inline was drawn by Robert, and the booking was done by Romano and me.
Yeah, we've done that by ourselves.
That's very cool. So this question I have for you, this is a question for both of you to answer. What kind of influences have you had in your life that made you want to do something like this and keep doing it?
That's always a good question, because influences change over time. As we started in summer 2006, we played a lot of rock and punk stuff. And for myself, I had bands like AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, The Doors.
Me too. That's
especially
the old rock stuff. I think we grew up with these bands, and we start to how can I say that, evolve from this, and we listen to metal over the time, and
Metallica, Pantera are some keywords. And then about 2009, 2010, we began to do death metal. And for me, there are bands I listen a lot to at the moment are Analnatrack, Cataclysm and Christian. Also Dying Fetus and Vader. I listen a lot to Vader.
Very cool.
This stuff influenced me the most at the time, but there are always other bands I don't know so far. Once you find them, and there's some really cool, really good sound, really good quality, and if you want it or not, they influence you while writing songs, depends on what you're listening at the moment.
Yeah, and that makes total sense. So cool. So, have you guys had any had to make any big sacrifices in your life to keep doing this? I mean, has this been something that's been tough to do?
Sacrifices, no, so far. I think not. But maybe some beef with our girlfriends. They don't like to stay away from us. But no, so far not.
Very cool. And then
we got always a short timetable for playing in the band and doing the studio at the same time. You know, free time is always a little bit short.
Right, exactly. I know all about that, doing this.
Yeah.
So to either of you, like growing up, did you have any of your family members or anything that were musically inclined that kind of helped, help push your path in this?
No, for me not. I was the only musician in my family, and all my brothers. I've got two brothers. They play sports and do nothing like music, etc. So I was the only one. I think I wanted to do something different than them. I don't know how it's about you.
Not really. I had some cousins that play Swiss folk music. I also like Swiss folk music, but more the harder stuff.
Right. I was going to say, this is a little different than folk. So how did you guys come up with the name for the band? Where did Defaced come from?
Defaced was also, I guess, a drinking idea. At the beginning of our musical, let's say, musical career, our band was named Trigger Tones. For this name, we thought more about the name. There we had three names to
choose
from. Yeah. But Defaced, we wanted something that sounds more brutal and more clear. We wanted a one-word band name
that fits our music more than Trigger Tones.
Yeah. And then once after practicing, I guess I came up with Defaced.
Yeah, I think we sat together, drank some beers, and you came up with Defaced. Yeah, great.
Defaced, cheers.
It's the
whole story.
It's amazing the concepts that come out of drinking, I tell you. Oh man.
Actually, we're sitting here in front of the computer and drinking
beer.
Hey, that's cool.
Yes, Saturday evening, so what else got to do?
Right.
By the way, what's the time on your side?
It is 2:06 p.m.
2:06 p.m.
2:06 p.m.
Yeah, that matches. We have 8:06 p.m. So it's also drinking time in your country because 12 p.m. is over.
This is true. Unfortunately, or fortunately, no, not. I don't mean unfortunately, but I have a event I have to go to tonight with my son that I can't be drinking for. So.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Okay, so where is a good place for people to go to find out more about Defaced? What website or social networking places do you use?
Mainly our own website, defaced.ch, and you'll find more on MySpace, Facebook, on YouTube, and there are also some reviews out regarding on the front line. Some really cool reviews. We enjoyed them a lot. And yeah, basically on the internet so far.
Okay, and then your website, is that a good place for people to buy the album if they want to purchase it?
Sure, they can contact us and yeah.
Write a message on facebook.com/defaced-swiss, all in one word, or myspace.com/defaced-swiss, or even on YouTube, on youtube.com/defaced-switzerland.
Okay, very good. So, what are you guys' goals? Where do you hope to be in a couple years with all this?
Well, I hope we be better than ourselves right now. No, in the near future we would like to play some concerts in other countries than Switzerland. We played a lot of concerts here right now, and we like to see something different and meet different people. And that's one goal, and another goal is finish our next album, which must kick on the Frontline's ass, and I hope it will.
It will, definitely it will.
It will.
Do you guys have like an estimated timeline for when that will be done?
Yeah, we always try to have a short timetable. Sorry, so we're trying to finish the songwriting mode at least in at the end of this year. That's
end of
the
this
target.
year, yeah.
And then we always calculate in some extra time for distribution stuff, for printing stuff, for the cover stuff, for all the things that needs to be done.
Yeah, because we organize all by ourselves right now.
Very cool. Okay, so here's another question for each of you. If I grabbed your iPod, your MP3 player, or your record player, however you listen to music, what bands would I find you listening to?
I think we can answer that question from both of us. Right now, an Alnat rock with the latest record Vanitas, and some Gorefest records, Rise to Ruin, Falls or Erase, something like that.
Yeah. For me, I'm listening at the moment to Waiter, the Necropolis album. It's not the latest one, but I really, really like it. And as Romano said, the Nalna track, Vanitas album, and the Marduk, Serpent Sermon, these both are my top albums from 2012. I still, even if we have 2030 at the moment, I still listen in these albums a lot.
They're still great albums.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, there's so much great music out there. I mean, it's like never ending.
Yeah. And if we would grab your iPad.
Let me see. In my car, I have a mixture of stuff. I have some Black Label Society on it. I love.
Oh, nice.
Love
nice.
BLS. And what else do I have? I mean, sitting in front of me, I have some Rocking Corpses. I love those guys. Mm-hmm. And some Cold Steel. It's a band that's been around for a long time. They're more of a thrash metal. And I've been listening to a band called... Oh, crap. What were they called? See? Put me on the spot. Shadow Dance. Shadow Dance is a more of a power metal band. I really enjoy power metal as well, so I've been listening to a lot of power metal lately.
Okay.
One of my favorite power metal bands right now is Sabaton.
Oh yeah, they're really great.
I love those guys. So, yeah, that's a taste of what I listen to.
By the way, you definitely need to check out some other Swiss bands. We have a lot of cool death metal bands like Nihilo, our hoodies.
Yeah.
Really, really cool death metal. And Disparaged, another really, really cool death metal band, also from Switzerland. If you find some time, you definitely need to check them out.
Yeah, if you can send me the names of those bands in the Skype chat after the interview, so I can check them out.
Yeah,
be killer.
Just split of a second. The first one.
Gotcha.
And the second one.
Oh, okay. Yep. I think I've heard of the second one before. I'll have to check them out and see if I might even have the music. I will check it out for sure. And that's what I love. I talked to so many bands around the world. Like I said, earlier, I was talking to a band in in was it Greece or wherever they were at, and just it's crazy. There's so much good music out there.
Definitely.
There's another band in yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to think about it now. Going brain dead. I'm not even drinking. Jeez. Maybe that's a problem. So, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you guys at a live show?
For me, that was in a local Swiss club, a really small club with a really low ceiling. And while headbanging the shit out of my head, my hair became entangled in the lights, and I didn't realize it till the stage dudes entered because of the smoke out of my hair. That was not that funny, but what may be the craziest thing that ever happened to me on stage.
But this is happening every time we play. Yeah. You mess your hair everywhere.
Usually I entangle it in the guitarist's guitar or somewhere else, but not in the lights. And also some crazy stuff was in Thun, local Swiss city, where we played on the floor. To the left and to the right we had the tops, the boxes, the sound boxes, and one really drunken guy jumped into these boxes. The boxes fall down on the floor, hit my face,
fell over you. The really drunk guy, he fell right in the boxes and they fell over you.
And all the beers were standing on top of the boxes.
Yeah.
They spread back to our drummer. That was,
that was pretty
crazy.
Awesome.
Maybe the two craziest thing that ever happened to us on stage.
Yeah.
To me, at least to me.
Okay, that's cool. And the other band from Sweden I was going to mention is called Katana.
Katana.
Yeah, they're more of a power metal.
Okay.
But that was... I had to look them up because I'm like, I'm not going to leave this interview without telling you that band name. So.
Okay, thanks. Katana.
Yep, they have a brand new album out called Storms of War.
Storms of War?
Yep.
Okay.
But anyways, so speaking of, I kind of got a hint of this question I'm going to ask, but so who in the band spends the most time in front of a mirror before a show, getting ready?
Well, we had a lot of laughs about that. It's probably our singer, Manuel, because he mainly spends most of his time before a gig or a concert in front of the mirror and in the bathroom, because he has to crap about 3 times before we do a show. He's pretty nervous.
Well, he needs to get over that, right?
Yeah, sure. He gets over that with some beers and other stuff.
There you go. Is anybody a big prankster in the band?
Not really. The biggest prankster may also be
our singer. Yeah.
It's not good to name him twice, but I guess. And we could say we're all a bit pranksters.
Yeah, I could say that.
Yeah.
Alright, cool guys. Alright, anything else you would like to tell the world about you guys? Anything that I haven't asked you about that you want to make sure people know?
Well, that was the first Defaced interview that was ever recorded. So we hope you enjoyed it. We definitely did.
Definitely.
And we are ready for the world. So I hope the world is also ready for us.
Well, I know that I totally dig you guys, and I know the listeners, the people that were in the chat the night that I was playing your stuff were really into you guys. So I think
cool.
I think once the world hears you guys, I think they're going to fall in love.
Would be awesome.
Would be awesome, yep. Yeah.
Okay, well, go ahead, sorry.
No problem. I just wanted to say thank you.
Yeah, no, you're most welcome. That's what I love about this job that I get to do is I get to listen to killer music that other people have never heard, and then I get to play it for them and let them and help spread the word for the band. So that's my thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that in case you don't know, Rock Addict Radio, we don't play anything mainstream. We only play bands like you guys.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's what we do. Everything is to help out the bands. The station makes no money off this. None of us get paid. This, it actually costs all of us quite a bit of money to do this. So it's kind of like our hobby because we're just passionate about music.
That's cool. And I listen to your radio 3-4 times now. I definitely listen to the Paint Factory show because I know it.
Right.
I know that from Gortar. And while working, I listened to your radio, a couple of times, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, I appreciate hearing that because the 24/7 stream I actually run that, so it's glad to hear. It's nice to hear that you enjoy the bands that I have in the lineup. So, okay, I have one last thing to ask you guys. I would love a couple radio tags from you if you don't mind.
Okay.
So either one of you can do it. You can do it together, however you want. But the first one, you guys can just say, that you're from Defaced and that you're listening to rockaddictradio.com.
Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
Yep.
Hi guys, this is Defaced from Switzerland, and you're now listening to Rock Addict Radio.
That's awesome. Very good.
Need another one?
Yep, so the second one, the same thing, but throw in there that you're listening to DJ REM at Rock Addict Radio.
Hey out there, we're Defaced and you're listening to
DJ REM at rockaddictradio.com.
Okay, thanks guys. Appreciate it. Very cool. Well, I want to thank you again for taking time to talk to me. I truly appreciate it. I will...
thank you. Thank you very much.
Within the next week, I will have this edited and all cleaned up, and I will have it uploaded to YouTube, and I will send you guys the link.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
And then you can share it with the world. So.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you. And if you need something else, just contact.
Yep, I definitely will. I'll hit you guys up on Facebook if I need anything.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay. Well, thanks again, guys. Take care and have a great day. A great evening now.
You too.
Enjoy the beers.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.